So all this talk about how Thanksgiving this year is going to be like completely different.
Oh my gosh.
It was
I
like
know.
the end of the world if you ate dinner with your family. Don't have grandma over.
Yeah.
And all that. You know, I'm
Yeah.
looking at all these things. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was small. I
Yeah.
mean, we usually do 15 to 20 usually.
Yeah.
We narrowed it down to 7.
Yeah.
In-laws.
Because if you have
and
over 10, they're going to call the cops. Or
I
your
know.
neighbor's going to snitch on you.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what they were trying to get people to do.
My neighbors are pretty good, so
Yeah. They probably had 20 people over too.
maybe. I mean, our next door neighbors have 20 people over regularly. They're probably super spreader family.
Yeah.
But it was good. You know, we did 2 turkeys, one on the smoker, one in the oven. And then
And what kind of smoker did you use?
Traeger.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got the Traeger turkey pellets that came along with the
Oh.
turkey brine.
Sounds
So,
delicious.
It was good.
Sounds
It was good. And then we made homemade lasagna this year. We always try to do like turkey, and then we always try to do something else. And in the past, we've done like pork belly, we've done brisket, we've done ham. I forget what other. So always try to do a
So,
second type of meat. So we made homemade pasta, and then we did a kind of a easy lasagna to make,
Yeah.
but it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Nice.
And then we do our traditional pumpkin trifle,
Oh, that's
gingerbread
right.
trifle.
That's right.
Trifle.
Yes.
Yeah, so it turned out a little different, but it was good. You know, we only had people here for a couple hours, and then
Yeah.
the weather was, absolutely gorgeous. And then mother and I are sitting drinking whiskey at the end of the night, which is kind of our annual tradition.
Nice.
And the wind started picking up, and the leaves started falling. So then everybody left, and like a half hour later, our whole backyard and our whole like side yard was just covered in leaves.
Oh, geez.
It was crazy. It happened so fast. Couldn't believe it.
It is now your beautiful Thanksgiving dinner is now over.
It's good. It's good. How was yours?
It was good. Yeah, we didn't celebrate on Thanksgiving. We kind of just hung out at home. But then Friday, when everybody, because I do have some family that work on Thanksgiving still. This is the first year for a while that I haven't since I moved out here. So it's been 5 years. But before that, it was probably 10 years since I've had a Thanksgiving off. And so it was nice to have the whole day off. But Friday, we got together, had it was like a 10-person meal, and
Nice.
it was fine. They deep fried some turkeys. I had my
I
tofurkey.
haven't done that yet.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't done a deep fried turkey yet. I want
Man,
to.
yeah,
My uncle in Florida,
Yeah.
he does them all the time.
Wow.
He always gets mad at me because I come out and start sampling before
Yeah.
dinner's served.
Well, I can't give you firsthand an account on how the turkey was
Right,
because
right.
I had my tofurkey, which, and hats off to family because that's the one thing that I love about holidays. And I, is it just me or does like the media and all these politicians right now just want to suck the fun out of everything?
They are. I had an experience last night that just set me over the edge.
Yeah, and it's like you're being safe, you're following the dang rules, but at the same time, and I don't mean for this to get political by any means. It's just this is just experience in life that everybody's going through right now. This is a beer show. We're going to talk about beer in a minute, as we're actually pouring our
Beer share number one.
Yeah. So, but it just seems like that. No matter how much you're doing what you're told, you're still not doing it right.
I know.
And it's just like,
And sometimes
come
I
on,
don't.
man.
And what's so funny is that we might not be doing it right. I don't think the politicians are doing it right.
Right. Well, they still go out to
I
dinner,
don't-
and
I
they
don't
still don't
understand.
wear masks when they're out to dinner. Look at Gavin Newsom of all
Yeah.
people. I mean, come on, man.
I know.
If you're gonna do, there's people that have his back. Like, oh, he made a mistake. Yeah, but he's the one telling everybody to do this stuff. Businesses closed again in L.A. County. Restaurants can't open. The whole state, except for maybe 4 counties, are in the purple tier.
The
So
purple.
here we go. Shut
know.
down again.
It's ridiculous.
So businesses are not going to reopen. Businesses are done. People are screwed.
Yeah. So last night we were going to go to Six Flags Magic Mountain, about 50-mile drive from where we are. We had reservations at 9:15, and I saw a video. It takes about 35 minutes to drive through the park. I guess. So they have lights set up inside the park, and you actually get to drive through Six Flags.
Which sounds amazing, by the way. That sounds to
Yeah,
me like
exactly.
you get to drive through the
I know.
amusement park with Christmas
I know,
lights.
I know, and we took the dog with us. We're down to one, so we took the dog, and it was how great. Like, hey, we're taking the dog, and we're going to Six Flags.
Yeah.
So north on the 5, we go right by the Citadel, the outlet mall there, and first sign we see is overflow parking. Like, okay, so now they have overflow parking, which means there must be a boatload of people there.
Wow.
Now, I did see I did see it on TV the other day, and there was a lot of people at the Citadel shopping. So we get to Six Flags, and it's closed. And, the guy from Six Flags comes up and says, sorry, the moose outside should have told you we were closed. But, and we totally thought about, like, Clark Griswold and all that.
Yeah. I hope the guy looked like John Candy. No. That'd be so cool.
But L.A. County Sheriff basically shut him down.
Wow.
So then we turn around and we drive all the way home.
Yep.
Another 50 miles. Dog gets sick in the car. And it's just upsetting. They gave us a card. We get to switch our time and our date.
Yeah.
So we're going to be able to go see the lights. But I just thought it was odd how they will let an outdoor mall bring in way too many people.
Yeah.
But they won't allow you to drive through an amusement park in your own car with the windows rolled up.
Right.
I don't get it.
With people in your household.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't. I was just mad. And then we got home and we're watching the news and they're showing the Christmas lights at Dodger Stadium. And they say, "Oh, well, it's not going to follow under the curfew rules. You're more than welcome to come up."
How's it not?
Well, and the only thing I could think of is Dodger Stadium's policed by LAPD, and Magic Mountain is policed by LA County Sheriff. So I'm sure right hand and left hand just don't talk.
Yeah, they're probably more likely. And what a lot of people, if you don't know, because I know some states are in this same situation too, where we have a curfew. In California, the entire state's under curfew between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m.
Yeah, and heaven forbid, I mean, I know COVID is the craziest between those hours.
Right.
That's when you're most likely going to get COVID.
You're going to get sick during that time. Yeah. So it's none of it makes sense. We're all living through this and trying to make sense of everything. But the one thing that we do have and we can share is a good beer. So this episode, we actually, one thing Don and I started last week and we actually added some stuff to it is we are making our home brew. Finally.
Yes, finally.
We finally started brewing. We are working on a winter ale, and it's a spice winter ale.
Yeah.
I think we did. Are we going to come up with a name? Are we going to call it the Atomic Winter?
Yeah, I think the Atomic Winter is good.
Yeah. So the Atomic Winter ale.
Yeah.
So that sounds great.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It'll be the first time that we're kegging.
Yeah.
So brew day went really well.
Yep.
We only had one little hiccup, and that was we finished our mash. we emptied our mash.
I had this in my notes, and I totally forgot about this.
And we emptied the mash into a plastic bag, and we just tossed it off to the side. And I don't know what, about an hour and a half later, my dog, she's a hound, so she's basically based around food. She starts running around like a crazy woman, crazy dog. She wants to go outside. She's eating tons of grass. And then she starts throwing up.
That's just amazing.
Yeah, and she got into all the leftover grain. We took her for a walk, and she got rid of a little bit more, and
Yep.
she's good to go.
Yep.
She's indestructible.
Yep. And before we get deeper into the homebrew and our beer show number 1, I do want to say welcome to the Atomic Beer Show. My name is Josh.
I'm Don.
And we're here to talk about beer.
Lots of beer.
And the wonderful, wonderful people in the craft breweries that make them. If you enjoy the show, listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Podbean.
I always forget about and then Amazon Music.
And
just do a Google search.
You'll
find
it. It's all over the place for some reason, which is good.
Yeah, follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and we're on Instagram. So
www.atomicbeershow.com.
Go there. I'm still really bad at updating things, but there's shows on there. Yeah. And one of the things we really want to push and really want to do, we're not asking anybody for donations or Patreon or anything like that. All we're asking for is subscriptions, likes, shares. Just if you enjoy the show, share with like beer-minded people that you know that like craft beer, or somebody that you want to start drinking craft beer. Get away from the fizzy yellow water. By all means, that's what you need to do. Show them us. We have a lot of stuff today that we're going to share. We're going to do a lot of winter ales, Christmas ale style beers,
seasonal stuff.
And our goal is to be able, and we have lists of things that should be easily found. And we have one, I think, from a small brewery. Well, they're not small-ish, but you can get them in other places. But we do have one, but the rest of them are going to be easily attainable for everybody, and we're going to go through those in just a little bit. So, yeah, back to the brew day. And
It was awesome.
yeah,
It was good to brew again.
it's been a while.
Somebody asked me about brewing, and I told them I think I enjoy the brewing part more than I like the drinking part.
Oh,
Because, I mean, you know me, I don't, my schedule's so weird. There's sometimes I don't get home until 8 o'clock, and then I want to wind down, so I don't really open the beer. So my beer around here stays, quite long. So there's a part of me that likes the process of brewing better than the part of like drinking. So I guess I need to make smaller batches.
yeah.
So, but we made a winter ale, and the fermentables in it were, we used 2-row Crystal 40L, midnight wheat, caramel, biscuit malt. I never used biscuit malt before, so that was cool.
I think I have once for something.
And then the last thing on the fermentable side was the Belgian dark candy sugar.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And you were like, what was it? It was like plum and what were the two in it?
The sugars?
Yeah.
It's right in the fridge. It should still be in there. It was interesting. It was like 2 random types of sugars. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see it. It's probably way in the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we coriander, right?
Coriander.
Coriander.
Yep.
That was at the end of the boil.
Yep.
And then we used Willamette and Cascade hops.
Yep.
And so that fermented for a week. And I have to tell you that where I ferment at smelled absolutely amazing. I really love the smell of beer fermenting in my house. And it was great. I don't think the house ever got over about 67 degrees the whole week. So
Nice.
the wife is pretty good about not cranking up the heater at night, knowing when I'm brewing.
That's good.
So that's good. And then today we racked it into secondary, and we used some vanilla extract, a cinnamon stick, ginger, nutmeg, and clove. And so it's going to sit for, it says 21 days,
Yeah,
which
but
is 3 weeks. But we're going to
little time crunch.
Yeah, I'm headed out of town to go back east on the 19th. So we're going to try and get it done by the 19th,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna keg it, which will be the first time we're kegging.
Yep.
And I think I already said that. And then hopefully I can get some into a growler
Yep.
and take it with me to Florida, so the fam can have some nice winter ale,
Yeah.
some atomic winter.
Atomic winter.
So we'll see how it turns out.
We'll see. I hope. And yeah, it smells great. It smells amazing. Everything so far for us is going smoothly. I think after and we haven't brewed. It's been
almost 2 years.
Has it really been almost 2 years?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I did that cream ale without you.
Yeah.
And
The last one we brewed together is probably the porter.
Yeah. We did. Yeah.
Or the Moosehead. Or
Moose Drool.
Moose Drool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd been a while.
Yeah. But anyway.
But it was good. I prefer brewing with all grain so much more than with extract. It takes a little bit longer. You gotta spend that extra hour and a half to take care of it. And
what kind of yeast did we put in there?
Oh yeah, the yeast we used. Oh man, this is a big word.
Wasn't the Weizenstephan?
Yeah, Weizenstephan from Y Yeast.
Y Yeast. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So
cool.
It's all good. So we got a couple more weeks. Probably be able to talk about it in our first show after the new year.
Yeah. So I think the big thing is we just want to talk a little bit about it each episode, see how we're going with this, and then hopefully we can get another brew going.
Yeah. And remind me before I leave to give you a key.
Oh yeah.
So you can get in and get some,
and then rob you of all your wine and booze. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. So we're going to do beer share number 1.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were already there.
Yeah, and then just a little bit like kind of my thoughts on the winter ale and what it should be. Being from out here, it's really not the easiest to find a winter ale unless it's produced outside the region and brought here.
Yeah, because
there's a few.
I checked a lot of our local breweries, and
it's not a cold place here. So,
right.
So a winter ale to me, it's always going to be a stronger, darker, spiced beer, rich in the thick body.
Yeah,
that's what I'm expecting. Now, it may have a higher alcohol content because of this, because I think it should be enough in there to give you a nice warm feeling. Okay, so the alcohol content is going to warm you up inside. So sometimes it could be called a winter warmer in various styles. the different various styles can be called a winter warmer. Like, and I do have the obligatory list to go through a little bit that I got, and some of them are going to be different styles, but they are considered like the winter ale or the Christmas style ale. Some things aren't on the list that I may throw out there, and give you a shout out to some of my breweries in Ohio. But then, but I just feel like it's something that should be festive and definitely drank during cold holiday seasons. So that's my definition of this. So the first beer that we have today for beer share number one. Beer share number one.
You're pointing at me, and I'm like,
you weren't ready.
I wasn't.
I still have to get that.
Beer share number one.
There you go. Okay, this one's going to be from Deschutes Brewing Company, and this is out of the Oregon, out of Bend, Oregon, and we got the Jubilee, which is a 6.7% winter ale, and this one, it's this is most of these things are going to be seasonal, so you're not going to find these all over the year, but on the side of it, just a little bit here, it says, cozy up fireside with this festive winter ale full of spice notes and a robust malt character of toffee and dusted cocoa. An original since 1988. So, yeah, Deschutes is known for their fresh squeezed IPA and their the Black Butte.
The Black Butte.
Yeah, so Deschutes is one of my favorite breweries out of Oregon, for sure. We're going to drink the Jubilee.
Sure. Yeah.
I think we've already had a few sips.
Oh, we have. Mm-hmm. Oh. So what'd you think as we're drinking and we get back to this? So while we were brewing, the wife and I...
Excuse me.
That was a good one.
Yeah, your wife and I. What?
Yeah. We bought a pizza oven.
Oh, yeah.
And so we bought it Saturday night before we brewed. So when you came over... you brought some cheese with you.
Yeah.
This thing is crazy. It's a Uni, OONI, and it's like 16-inch pizza oven, and that sucker gets up to like 900 degrees.
Yeah.
Like we put the pizza in, and within 3 minutes it was pretty much done.
Yeah.
It was just done.
Yeah, it was.
And then when the wife lifted it to put a little more heat on it up towards the top, hers caught like fire real quick. So we put it out. By the time we did Josh's second, and then we did mine last, and yeah, it was pretty good. We had pizza. We had pizza yesterday too.
Dude, making pizza like that is just so fun.
Yeah,
it's just. I mean, you should have a big pizza party when
we are going to. Yeah,
a socially distanced pizza party.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know.
It was cool.
It's
great. It's nice little
peaceful pizza party.
Propane type of oven.
Yeah.
They also have one that has like wood and charcoal that you can put into it, and me, I like to go big or go home, and I just couldn't justify buying the more expensive one, and because it's just her and I, and it's just like, okay, we're going to spend 8 minutes to cook 2 pizzas to have for dinner.
Yeah.
Am I really going to spend a half hour, 40 minutes trying to work on building a fire? And
right.
So I just couldn't justify getting the larger one. So we got the 16-inch Uni. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good product. So if you're out there looking for a pizza oven, it's, reasonable, under $500.
Yeah.
Nice tabletop, doesn't take up a lot of space, and it cooks the heck out of a pizza. That's for sure.
Yeah. So if you're a big pizza fan and just have fun with stuff like that, that's a good thing to get.
Yeah, it was good.
The funny thing is, yesterday I was going through Instagram, and this is how I know my phone spies on me. Because while I was scrolling through, guess what I get an advertisement for? Out of nowhere.
Pizza oven?
Uni.
Uni
pizza oven. So yeah. So now that we're talking about this, so folks, if you're listening to us on your phone, you may start getting advertisements from Uni.
Yeah. That'll be awesome.
It's not our fault. So disclaimer here, just because we talked about it, we did not put that on your phone. I swear. So
yeah, it's a fun little product. So
very cool. But this quick list I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get back to the winter ales.
So this list that I have, these are things that you can find. Some of them, they're hard to find. They're out of stock right now, but they are available probably mid-November in a lot of your stores, like your Bevmo, Total Wine, local boutiques, whatever you want to call it, beer stores, bottle shops, so you can find them. Just even use Untapped to hit the find it on there. But the top Christmas sales, this is from Men's Health magazine.
Oh,
wow. And this came out in October 21st of 2020. So this is the top ones in 2020 that the writer Paul Kita and I knew I was going to say his name wrong and go back and say it, Paul Kita, wrote. So give him props, and I will add the link to our site so you can click on it and read more about these beers. We're not going to go too in depth with the beers and the breweries. There are some that we've talked about. There's one I believe we actually had on the show, and one that we're drinking now. So, but yeah, so we're going to start with we're going to 10, work our way down or up, however that goes. So number 10 on the list is the Bell's Christmas Ale out of Comstock, Michigan. It's a 7.5% Scotch Ale wee heavy.
It was funny because I could have sworn you would have already had it. So when I went to go get beer today, I saw it. I was going to get it, and I'm like, he's already had it. So
yeah,
I'll pass.
I actually called Huntington Beach Total Wine today to see if they had it, and if they had any cold. They didn't. They had it, but they didn't have it cold. So I went to Long Beach Total Wine on my way here to get something else, and they didn't have any in stock there. So if I can find it, I'm still going to get it before time's up.
I do know that California Heights Market
did they have
in Long Beach has Bell's.
I might have to give you some money and go back there and when you can. See if they hold a 6-pack back for me.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah, so number 9 on the list, and this is one I believe we've had, is the Brooklyn Winter Ale.
Yes, I brought that back last year
Yes.
when I went to New York.
So we'd have to go back to the episode where I think it's called Pints and the Piano Man.
Yep.
Is the episode where we discussed the Brooklyn, Don's trip.
Yeah.
I just called you Dom. Like
Dom.
Dom. Like from Fast and Furious. What's going on here, Dom? So Don's trip to New York. He did stop at the Brooklyn Brewing and brought back this wonderful, wonderful Schwartz beer. Is 5.6% on the ABV, and one of those surprising beers that I think we've had on the show.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. After that, there's a few on here I haven't had. But Boulevard Brewing Company out of Kansas City, Missouri, they also have a Scotch Ale wee heavy at 6.3% called Snow and Tell.
Oh, nice.
Sounds interesting. And I do like Boulevard Brewing. We did talk about them a while back during the Super Bowl, I believe it was. We drank the Tank 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Boulevard is another one on the list here. Number 7 on the list is from Avery Brewing Company out of Boulder, Colorado. This one I cannot find anywhere. It's an 8.3% old ale, it's called. An old ale. I'm not really sure. I didn't really get into it too much. But it's called the Old Jubilation. So that one's on a lot of lists that I've seen. Number six on the list. Number 6 on the list is what we are drinking, the Jubile Ale from Deschutes Brewing out of Bend, Oregon. It's a 6.7% winter ale. Number 5. Woo!
Number 5.
Number 5 on the list is the St. Bernardus Christmas Ale. 10% winter ale out of Watau, Vlaanderen, Belgium. Then you can find it everywhere.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can go get that one. And I almost picked that up today, too, and I kind of...
It's so hard not to, like, I came back and I was, like, really proud of myself that I only came back with a 6-pack.
Yeah. It's so true.
Because there was, like, 3 others that I wanted to take home, and I'm just like...
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not going to...
Yeah.
I got to drink what I have before I can start refilling it, so... And then, of course, we have what we're going to be drinking in 2.5 weeks, so...
Right.
20 days, something like that.
So while we continue this list, we're going to get beer share number 2 ready. So,
beer share number 2.
Oh yeah. So this one isn't on the list.
I know. I was like surprised.
Yeah, but I'm glad you got this one because I saw this on some other lists, and I'm like, I really want to find this beer. And it was out of stock in some of the places I was looking, and then you showed me a picture. Oh, I got this today. I'm like, I mean, the little beer guy in me just went like, wee, you know.
Well, I'm here to please on the beers, so
yeah.
All right, so here's yours.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you ever played like any drinking games where you had to make rules,
you
know the little man rule, where you had to take the little man off off your glass and then pet him and then take a drink and then put him back, and if you forget, you have to do another drink. But if you forget the little man again, you have to take another drink. So it's little man's brutal. I always love to throw the little man rule out. Just saying.
Well, what I have for you is and I'm going to probably butcher this. Ninkasi?
You got it.
Ninkasi Brewing Company out of Eugene, Oregon. It's the Slayer.
And
Winter Ale.
And it's spelled like, not like Slayer.
Yeah, it's SLEIGH apostrophe R. 7.2
which is like
on
genius.
the APV.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Ninkasi out of Eugene, Oregon.
very cool.
It's got that nice deep caramel color.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see this. You should see the two guys that run this place. One is very preppy, and the other one is just like leather jacket rock and roll.
that he could be the guy behind some of those other ones, like Triceratops.
Yeah, possibly. Jamie Floyd and Nico's Ridge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Have you tried it yet?
No, not yet.
No? All right, so... Oh, nice.
Oh, that
Is way different than what we just had.
yeah. These are both winter ales.
Yeah,
by the way.
it was
So
good.
Different takes on it, which is pretty amazing. And these are both out of Oregon. Ninkasi and Deschutes are both out of Oregon. So
That'd be a fun trip to do.
yeah.
There's a lot of beer in Oregon.
Well, like Portland's a really awesome place to check out beer.
Yeah.
Things need to settle down there before I get back there, but because I also want to hit up Great Notion. I'll put it
Yeah.
that way. So I've had a few of their beers and what you can get down here, which isn't a whole lot, but they're definitely when it comes to like some of their stouts, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, like the double stack. I just have not had that yet, and I definitely want that. So we really need to get in our beer share game up. That's what we need to do.
So this one, 2-row, Crystal, Munich, Carahel, and then roasted barley and I guess some sort of chocolate with nugget hops.
Oh, Nugget, nice.
Yeah.
I brewed with Nugget for something one time. I can't remember what it was though.
And alt ferments with ale yeast at colder lager temperatures. This effect gives alts a more refined, crisp lager-like flavor than traditional ales. The alt has been Ninkasified, raising the APV and the IBUs. Slayer has a deep toasted malt flavor that finishes dry and balanced. And they say that it is good with beef, lamb, duck, steamed shellfish.
Stop being so shellfish.
I know.
Share your Slayer beer. Stop being so shellfish.
Yeah, strong cheeses and a chocolate torte.
Strong cheeses.
All good.
Yeah. What about Tofurkey?
Oh, yeah, and tofurkey right here at the end of it.
Bam.
Not.
Good times.
Yeah, all good when you're having a winter ale Slayer.
Yeah. Did you get this at California Heights?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering because all the places I was looking for they're out of stock. It's definitely looked for. I think it's because of the cool name, the gimmick behind it. It's pretty cool, and it's a good beer.
You know, it reminds me of Slayer a little bit, and this is kind of off the cusp a little bit.
Well, that's how our show goes usually. So if you suck around for the first 30 minutes, then you're doing good.
Dude, AC/DC just put out an incredible new album.
Oh, do you have it?
Yes, I got it.
You got it on iTunes, don't you?
I got it on iTunes. Yes,
okay.
It's really good. It's like right up there with it's called Power Up, and it's just got some like great tracks.
Wait,
on
who's
it.
singing now?
He's back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No more Axl Rose.
Wait, Axel was with the AC/DC?
He toured with them for.
I've heard something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Was it Brian Jones? Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
Had a hearing problem.
Okay. 'Cause I knew something was wrong with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Axl Rose stepped in to help finish up the tour or something.
Yeah.
So they have this new album out. Yeah, it's awesome. So Realize is one of the top tracks, and then I also like Demon Fire. So here's a little sample.
He loves to drive him crazy with his sinful lips. Great guns are blazing. My deadly trip.
So it's just classic AC/DC,
Yeah.
and it doesn't let up.
No, that's good.
Yeah, and it doesn't let down either. The guys that I used to work with at the high school, one of them, like, I told him I really like Realize, and he's like, Demon Fire is way better. So we totally got into a whole like discussion on what was going well on that album. So
Crazy. AC/DC is like one of the first like rock bands back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That really introduced me to that kind of stuff.
yeah, Back in Black is just
Yeah.
Incredible.
You know what's funny? I think it was Hell's Bells was the one, and I remember being at a buddy's house. He had his dad, stepdad, I don't remember, but he had not that it matters, but he had like the whole console system,
Oh,
like
really?
a really big stereo,
Nice.
And so it was one of the first ones where I heard how they really manipulated the sound
Okay.
to where they had the bell ringing in one speaker.
Oh, yeah.
And then the guitars playing in the other one. And that was what got me like, boom.
Yeah.
That
That was Dark Side of the Moon for me. It was like,
Yeah.
you put it on and you get the person laughing. And,
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah.
And there's that person running. And
So cool.
yeah, but AC/DC,
Yeah.
awesome. I'm so glad they're back. I can't wait for this nonsense to be over and they can
Tour?
hopefully put a tour together.
A
And
little tour, yeah.
I would love to go see them.
Yep. So Angus is still out there?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, Angus Young, Steve Young, Brian Johnson, and then I guess the new ones are like Phil Rudd and Cliff Williams.
Yeah.
So,
There's nothing like winter ale and AC/DC right now.
well, for me, there's really nothing like everything in AC/DC.
Well, maybe bacon. Right?
Yeah, well, I could have bacon and AC/DC. It would be,
I got to tell you about
That'd
the
be
bacon
great.
I had the last 3 days.
oh, is it really bacon?
Well, I mean, it looks like it. It tastes good with toast and my
Yeah.
Oh, I do have a maple syrup butter.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
Trader Joe's.
I like AC/DC so much. Robbie, we go do photo together, right? We kind of have a little portrait business off to the side, and it's RCDC
Yeah.
photo, and we kind of stole like kind of the whole idea of there's fire. And,
Yeah, I saw that.
And a little, and instead of using a lightning bolt, the lightning bolt that we used was the symbol for flash for the photography.
Oh, okay.
on the camera.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
So
nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so if you're on Instagram, check out RCDC photo.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Very cool.
I'm so glad they're back.
All right, speaking of back, I'm going to go back to the list for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's more beer. There's more beer to talk about. Number 4. Number 4 on the list, and this is a little precursor to beer share number 3, is the Anchor Christmas Ale. 7% winter warmer
Nice.
out of San Francisco, California.
I just love that name, Winter Warmer.
I know. It's just like, well, you got to think about when you live in a cold climate
Yeah.
and you want a beer that's going to warm you up in these areas, then it's a little bit higher alcohol content. 7%, not too bad.
No.
You have a couple of those, and you're just happy. And next thing you know, you're in your boxer shorts running around in the snow.
Yeah. Ah, snow.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Now, number 3 on the list, and I hope I pronounced this correctly, but I think it's Treg's Brewing Company out of Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Have you been to Hershey?
I have not been to Hershey.
Yeah, I've been to the Hershey World.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, their town, the streetlights are Hershey Kisses.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty cool. Saw the old Hershey factory that's not in use anymore. Still there. Last time I was there. But they have the Hershey World, the little, I guess, tourist destination. And then they have a theme park there. A little, I actually think it's owned by Cedar Fair.
I think it is now, yeah.
Yeah.
They're the same ones that own Knott's Berry Farm.
Yes.
Out here. in
And Cedar
California.
Point in Ohio, which,
Yeah.
if you haven't been to Cedar Point to listen to the show and you love roller coasters, you just make the pilgrimage when you can after all this is done. And you can do it. Do it.
Roller coasters are awesome.
Yeah, I just can't do them anymore. I don't think I can. I might try.
I can.
I'm going to have to at some point. My kid's
That's true.
2.5.
I know.
He's going to want to ride them at some point. I have to be able to do it. So I don't want to be that dad. I mean, I'm an old dad already, which it sucks. But anyway.
Dude, it was so awesome. Last time I went to Six Flags.
Yeah.
To ride the rides, not to go look at the stupid Christmas lights.
Yeah.
The only problem I had was Tatsu, and that's the one where it's like the flying roller coaster.
Oh,
And that's the one that I just like, I don't know about this one.
yeah.
But all the rest, Twisted Colossus, incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say like the
They're all
classics,
great.
like the classics at Cedar Point, or I still get down with those. They're just the big drops. I don't mind. I don't mind the big drops. This is when you get all the corkscrewy
Oh,
and all
good.
the weird stuff. I'm like, I black out.
Oh, I did that one time at the coaster at Circus in Vegas. They have like a double loop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And when I was working at Knott's, we used to like, okay, relax in the loop.
Yeah.
And you just relax and it would drain your blood out of your head, and you totally black out.
Oh, geez.
That was awesome. We do it on purpose.
That was awesome.
We do it on purpose.
So what else is awesome is the Treg's Mad
Yeah,
Elf.
no, we're really bad today.
Yeah, a little
Whatever.
bit. It's all good. As long as you're still with us, we love you. Thank you so much. But the Treg's Mad Elf is a Belgian strong ale, 11%. That's number 3 on the list.
Nice.
So that's something to go look for.
Yeah.
Yep. You can definitely go with the Belgian strong dark ale. Would that be a dark Mad Elf? I'm just wondering. With my fandom for the Lord of the Rings, I don't know.
That'd be good, though.
My dog's name is Frodo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, number 2 on the list is Rogue.
Rogue. I was looking at that one. Is it?
It is the Santa's Private Reserve.
Yes.
8.34%. Very exact. But it is a sweet milk stout.
Did their Mogul Madness make it on that list?
Not on my list.
Not on that list? Okay, because that's another one that Rogue does that I was kind of looking for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, not this list. Rogue is out of Newport, Oregon, another Oregon. And the one thing I that's cool to bring up on this list, too, is that it is a peppermint bark milk stout. So I knew that was probably right up your alley.
Oh, great. Look at me.
It's that time again. It's time for beer share number 3. Beer share number 3.
Beer share number 3.
Beer share number 3.
Here you go.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Where's the bottle opener?
Bottle openers right here.
All
on
right,
the
so
kegerator.
So we're going to go. We haven't said what number 1 on the list was at yet because I couldn't find that one either. But this was actually on the list. This was number 4. Like I said, there's a precursor to this. This is the Anchor Christmas Ale. 7% winter warmer out of San Francisco, California. This is actually the one. This actually says Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This is something that they do make every year. There's different. They might change it up every year. I didn't really do the research, but hey, when it comes to our episode today, we're going to split this bottle.
Yeah.
And as a winter warmer, this should be right along the lines of my personal definition on what a beer should be. So you should be able to enjoy this in those colder climates, as Anchor Brewing is north of us. And I'm very interested in this because I also like the thought of Anchor. Like I told you earlier, I think we should do an episode of some older breweries, as this is one of the older ones, older craft breweries back in the day too. So
Back in the day.
yeah,
Was that a Wednesday?
Yeah, maybe. It's definitely a day that ends in Y. Yeah, so there's a nice little writing on here. Wow, that I am not going to even try to read on the neck. This is a 46th annual special ale from the brewers at Anchor. So it's the 46th annual version of this.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. This ale, made with natural flavors, features a different recipe and tree every year, but the intent with which we offer it is the same. Joy and celebration of the newness of life. Trees symbolize the winter solstice, when the earth, with its seasons, appears born anew. The 3 graces, representing radiance, joy, and flowering. Wow.
I'm glad I didn't have to read that.
Jeez, I know. I was just like thinking you're struggling. Oh, okay. Our giant sequoias. Okay, so this is from John Muir. So I'm okay with this now. That's fine. So John Muir called Columns of Sunshine in California, Mariposa Grove. Their synergistic beauty is awe-inspiring. So,
Oh my God, it smells really good.
yeah, so John Muir, yeah, they quoted John Muir on this, so which is cool. Holy macaroni.
Yeah, no.
That cut through my,
Like, I think I went right into the forest.
yeah,
Did you get like pine or?
I'm all about that.
I really got like.
I mean, I'm a little bit of a hippie anyway, so like, I'm like a weird balance of things, so.
Oh, nice and smooth.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was that? How was that?
I had to smack it a little bit. I was like, "Is that what is that sap? Straight from the trees."
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Yeah, this is like super dark.
Oh yeah, super dark. You can't even see through it.
Compared to the other ones we've had, it's definitely a lot darker. The other one's more of a red. This is, I mean, if you can kind of get it just right, it looks a little red, but it's a lot darker than the other ones.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Not good. Oh, good. I mean, they had 46 tries, so
Hopefully, they're doing it right after 46
you would
tries.
think, yeah, it's it's a beautiful bottle. It's everywhere. You can find it. You know, I don't know what region, if you don't have it. If you get Anchor beers, you should get this beer. So I hope you guys can find it. Get a 6-pack. They also have the big giant bottles. I don't know how, I forget how many milliliters those are, but they're huge. They're like big giant champagne bottles, like oversized. So they definitely make a big batch of this every year, which is pretty cool. Back to the list. Let's go to number one.
Number one.
And this is one I can't find for some reason. But his 21st Amendment, it's called Fireside Chat. It's a 7.9% winter ale out of San Leandro, California. And I haven't been able to locate that one anywhere. 21st Amendment, the makers of High or High Watermelon, amongst other things that are really good. This, have you had anything from 21st Amendment?
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
I don't know if we had them on here yet.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But yeah, so that's number one on the list. And again, this is from Men's Health back in October. So, and I will put that link there, and you can read a little bit more about each one of these beers that we talked about today. And we'll also have, of course, pictures and links of the bottles of the beer shares we've had today. And I know we're going to do one more in a little bit, but
Yeah. I was weird. I don't know if any of those came up on my list at all.
No. So you have a separate list.
Well, I don't really have a separate list. I was looking at Beer Advocate and just looking at the top 100
Oh, yeah.
winter warmer beers.
I was doing that too, but I was trying to find something I could actually go get and actually have on the show.
Well, it kind of gave me an idea of which maybe I could find something. Like
Yeah.
Great Lakes is kind of
Well, Great Lakes Brewing Company out of Ohio,
yeah.
just so everybody knows, is one every time I go home in December, which
Yeah, I
I'm
know you
not
do.
going this year,
I know.
is the beer I
I
always
was
get.
hoping I was going to be able to find some.
Well, hopefully next year we're going to do the show again. This same type of winter ale and get some different ones. And I hope to bring the Great Lakes Brewing Company's winter Christmas ale,
Yeah,
which is fantastic with cinnamon on the rim.
yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Oler's Mexican Food in Findlay, Ohio, who had it on tap. It was the last time I've had my last glass.
I'd like to try the difference between just the regular Christmas ale and then the barrel aged, because they have a barrel aged
They do.
out.
Yeah, they do.
So
Yeah.
I was looking for that, and I was looking for some Rogue, the Mogul Madness.
Oh, right.
But
Yeah, Platform Brewing in Cleveland has another one that's really good. And Findlay Brewing Company does one around this time of year called, I think it's called Ohio Weather. And they do anything with like cinnamon on the rim. I'm just like a sucker for this time of year. So, yeah. So when I go home in
It'd be
Ohio,
nice.
but, probably not going to be doing that for a while. The way things are looking. So,
drive you crazy.
one of the,
I'm singing AC/DC
That's
still.
all right. Oh, well, yeah. So one of the things I want to talk about is traditions, and we were talking about winter ales and Christmas and all this stuff, and there's some people like
Holiday
seriously
stuff.
with when it comes to like social media, like really make a big deal about when you can start celebrating Christmas.
Yeah, I have a couple people like that too.
It's like, wow, is it really that big of a deal? Is it really? I mean, okay,
I think in years past, yes, but I think this year we are so messed up with the whole pandemic nonsense going on.
Yeah.
I think people were setting up for Christmas in January or in July.
Yeah.
I think people were just
They're just happier.
trying to find something to bring a little sunshine into their life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's all good. Here's a little bit of background with me when it comes to Christmas decorating and things like that. When I'm growing up, my mother would not let us decorate until after we saw Santa Claus in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That was our tradition.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like it.
Every year, Mom, I want to decorate now. I want to decorate now before we can't decorate for Thanksgiving, but I want to decorate now. One day I told my mom, when I get my own place, I'm going to decorate right after Halloween. And she did not like that. Well, guess what I do now?
Decorate right after the Macy's Day Parade.
No, I do decorate right after Halloween. So,
Okay.
so I know my mom's looking down on me and shaking her finger and just like, Josh, whatever. But the thing, I know she loved me. So
Yeah, I don't think she's that bad.
no, she's not. She's awesome. But yeah, so so we decorated, and I posted in I don't post stuff like that. Like I don't post my tree or how many presents I get my kid every year. It's like I don't do that stuff. But I had my cousin, or I did post an article about people that are happier when they decorate sooner for Christmas.
Now, is it I'm wondering, is it the process of decorating or is it actually having the decorations up?
I think it's probably okay. The process is not the best part. I did a few things. My wife like takes over and makes it because we don't have a huge tree. We're living in an apartment.
Right.
I don't have a giant tree or anything. Someday I will. Someday we'll have multiple trees. I envision. But we have our little village. We have the lights and like, dude, just sitting on the couch, the lights on all around you, and just the little things you look everywhere. Just those little things trigger little things in your brain. That it is memories. It is memories. How many like Thanksgiving memories for me is eating so much food and watching my family watch football.
Yeah.
It is fun because we're with our family and everything,
Yeah.
but it's not like Christmas. Look, let me break it down for all the Christmas decorating early, and I'm not even going to talk about the music yet because some of y'all just can't. Somewhere in you just gotta say how much you just can't stand Christmas music so early in the stores.
Guilty.
Don't go to the stores. You know, not only that, you shouldn't be in the stores anyway unless you need something essential. So
I don't mind it in
Boom.
the stores. I don't mind it when you're out and about, but when it's just played at home or like I don't want to mention any names or anything, but there's somebody in my life that plays Christmas music and it's just I don't know.
Well,
It's
then
just, I don't know.
You need to stop being a Grinch and let that into your life and
No,
let that
I do.
enjoy it.
It just
Hey, it's okay to be happy.
I want to be happy.
You are happy.
Happy. See, for me, Thanksgiving is my holiday. I love Thanksgiving.
You do, and
I above and beyond. The wife and I go above and beyond every year. I mean,
You
it's
do.
like August. We start thinking, okay, what's going to be our second dish other than turkey?
right,
You know.
yeah,
So it's above and beyond. And for us, Christmas, we're traveling usually. Or someone's traveling here. See, either
Right.
we're going
Yeah.
to Florida to see my mom, or they're coming here.
Right.
Like this year, we're gonna drive to St. Augustine, Florida, for Christmas.
nice. I wish I could go with you. Really,
It's 4 days there and 4 days home, and we're only there for 7 days. So the travel time is longer than the time. So it's just like we're not really motivated to set up anything here.
right.
So
Well, I mean, but the thing is, I don't ever want to take away from Thanksgiving because I will still celebrate Thanksgiving. But my house is going to have Christmas lights and a Christmas tree, and Santa Claus looking at me. That's it. And stockings hung on the chimney with care.
oh, nice.
Sugar plums dancing in your freaking head while you're eating turkey. I don't
Yeah.
care. But the thing is, you can mesh them all together, and it's all good. It's all happy. Holidays are fun. Holidays are fun.
Yeah.
Holidays are fun. There's no darkness involved. Because why? Because we're going to do beer share number 4.
Beer share number 4.
We have another seasonal, I believe.
Yes.
Don.
Okay, so this is brought to me by one of my wife's closest friends that she works with. And she knew that we lost cash. And her significant other is part of the Bruery beer club, I guess it's called, the society. That
Oh,
they
yeah.
have.
There's quite a few.
Yes,
They have
yes.
different levels.
Yes, they do.
The Hoarders is the one you have to be invited to be a part
Right.
of.
And I don't know if he's
Crazy.
part. He might be, because this is access level Hoarders as I'm looking at it. So
Oh, no way.
He might be part of the Hoarders level.
Oh.
So it comes from the brewery, and they're out of Placentia, California. And I didn't realize they have a tasting room in Washington, D.C.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they have something in Anaheim, and then they have something in Washington, D.C. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So
Good for them.
This is a nice 32-ounce crowler of rum barrel-aged Tart of Darkness.
Oh, man.
It's a double barrel-aged sour stout, aired,
You just aired.
aged in bourbon barrels, followed by rum barrels. So they've aged it in the bourbon barrels, and then they transfer it over to the rum barrels.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Tart of Darkness is our sour stout aged in oak, brewed to resemble a stout at its foundation. The journey into tartness begins with fermentation in large oak. Oh, man. Here we go.
A big word?
Is a big word for me.
Okay.
Puncheons? Puncheons?
Pungents?
Pungents. You're going to leave that in,
This
aren't
is
you?
this is why you cannot get in the Hoarders Club, Don.
I know. I can't even pronounce the damn words. where it's treated to a special blend of souring bacteria and wild yeast cultures, following a slow but wildly active fermentation. The beer is transferred for extended aging into used oak barrels, including. Oh man, I'm just gonna drink thing. Oh,
All right, let's do it.
so okay. So anyway, so they're oak barrels, including empty bourbon barrels from the brewery that previously held Black Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
So Black Tuesday, and then this goes into it. So
Oh, wow.
wow, that was tough reading.
Yeah.
I need to do the reading.
Have you been to the brewery yet? Have you
Yes.
been there? Have you done the tasting?
I've done a couple tastings there.
Yeah. They
I've
got
gone
some
in
crazy
there.
stuff.
Yeah, they do. I went in there for something, maybe the churro beer. I think they have a churro beer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I've never seen that.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to stop reading after 4 beers. So, or 3 beers.
You can't even read when you have none.
I know.
Those big words get you. It's
All
okay.
right.
It's okay.
All right.
Okay,
So
let's
here we
pour
go.
this in.
Oh my gosh. This is 10%.
Yeah.
On the,
And thank you to
yeah.
your wife's friend.
Stacia Arnold.
Thank you
We'll
so
throw
much.
out the name. Her significant other's L.A. County Sheriff. He better not been one of those that was shutting down.
Even
the
if he is,
Six Flags Magic Mountain.
we are okay with dealing with the climate of things. So
Ooh.
look at that.
We'll just leave the rest.
Set
in
that there. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
that one's yours.
Oh wow.
All right. And then
So this is a rum barrel aged tart. Okay, so Tart of Darkness, first of all, is seasonal in itself. The
Yeah.
one that we can get not being in the club. And when we did
9.7 on the APV.
okay, yeah. So when we did the episode with the sour beer tasting,
Wow.
the sour beer tasting episode is one of the ones I wanted to get, but obviously it wasn't available at the time because it is seasonal. So Tart of Darkness from the brewery, and we've only had one other one from the brewery on here.
Mischief, I think
yeah,
it was.
maybe one other one. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But yeah, but being like one of the bigger top breweries, more respected, I guess, in
Yeah.
the area. I say that.
I think so.
Yeah,
At least in our area.
yeah. It's definitely in a good area too when it comes to breweries. So yeah, definitely check them out. Brewery Churro and Offshoot Brewing is their other kind of sister thing they do. So I
I'm
think
looking at our list to see if we had anything else.
I don't know, but let's try this bad boy, and then I feel like there's one more, but or you just talk about Chocolate Rain all the time or something.
I do. We have Chocolate Rain and something else in there
Yeah.
that we haven't got to. But those are almost 20% beers.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, they're good.
that's
They're good at
tough.
pushing their beers to that. So that's what makes them like fan favorites, I guess. And you have to be in clubs. They do have the 12 Days of Christmas, which is available for $125.
This might be all levels. This might be the public level, the preservation level, the reserve level, and the hoarders level.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
Now that's all cleared up, and everybody can say, hey, So just
All
to
right.
be a member, you can get it. Very good.
All right.
All right. Well, cheers
cheers
to
our beer share number 4.
beer share number 4.
And me not knowing how to talk and read.
That's okay. We all know this.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, wow. My God.
What?
Whoa. That is crazy.
That's way different than I was expecting. I mean, look at the
Yeah.
color of that thing. And then the taste of
Wow.
it.
Wow.
What?
Let's pause for a second. Let me take this in.
Okay.
We'll let the wife taste it, and then I'll come out with what she has to say.
Okay. Okay, so what did she have to say? That was a quick pause.
Holy hell.
She doesn't like it?
She didn't know which direction it was going.
Oh. Yeah.
She was like, is it going, like, is it a sour? She hasn't tasted any of the bourbon barrel. And
I mean, yeah. I mean, I could definitely, now that I have another drink, it's like sour right off the bat.
oh, yeah,
And
definitely
and
right
like-
off the bat.
But it's like, and then even at the end, it's a sour. But like in the middle, you get a little bourbon barrel, which is weird. I don't even know how that even happens. Like, it should have something to do with taste buds and science and everything. But wow,
It's crazy. That's good.
yeah.
Different. Totally different.
Cheers to the brewery. Cheers to the brewery for always, blowing my mind. But we don't.
It's sour, too. It is
You've
sour.
had more sour beers than that.
I have.
Come on.
I mean, was it the Wild Berry Currant.
Oh, the blackberry,
Yeah.
which has actually shown up more places. I noticed this at Black Street, the Lamppost Pizza. They have it on tap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they actually had to close. It's not closed down, but it's not open right now. It's the Anaheim location. But anyway, a lot of things going on. A lot of beers to drink, folks. Thank you so much for listening to our show. Thank you for bearing with us through almost an hour of your time.
Yeah.
At the Atomic Beer Show, we try to do what we can to bring beers to you that you can find and drink. And if you're in certain areas, look up these local breweries. And above all,
Drink
Don,
good beer.
Drink good beer.
Drink your beer and listen to AC/DC.
Listen to AC/DC.
Yes. Because I realize that they're awesome.
They're more awesome than your grandkids.
That's right. There are some great comments. Like even if Chuck Norris sits down when AC/DC walks into the room. God, I'm so happy this album's out.